with dignity and respect during this program. So thank you for helping us do that tonight. It is awesome to be able to honor our classmates and our friends during this program here. But this is a chapel space. It is one where we often celebrate accomplishments together, but also it's a place of worship. So please help us in keeping this space a place of respect. Let's have a word of prayer as we begin, and then I'm going to introduce our speaker for this evening. He has a short devotional to kind of launch us into our awards chapel for this evening. But again, I want to welcome you all here. I want to welcome everybody that might be watching from home via the live stream, and thank you for joining us this evening. Let's have a word of prayer. Father in heaven, I just thank you so much for blessing Georgia-Cumberland Academy this year as we have seen these students work hard in so many different areas, working hard in athletics, in academics, in community service, and in so many ways they have impacted this community and this campus. We are so proud of them, and we're excited to be able to celebrate these accomplishments this evening. Please be with us and encourage all of us that while some of us may not get an award this evening, that we are here to celebrate and maybe strive to be better versions of ourselves for the future and aspire to be great. And we pray, amen. Well, I don't know if you know Pastor Andres, but I've had the privilege of getting to know Pastor Andres over the last year. He joined the Calhoun Church last year as an associate pastor. And he took over some of the youth programming last summer, and so he and I got to know each other on some bus rides and going to Six Flags and hanging out last summer. But he has been just a great asset to the Calhoun Church community. We invited him to come and share with us a little bit about why we honor or celebrate excellence. And I'm proud and honored to present and let him take the stage. Get it up for Pastor Andres.
Thank you, Serge. Thank you for that introduction. Good to be here with you guys. Some of you may know me here. Some of you may not know, though, that I was an avid basketball player in high school. Got any hoopers here? All right, I've seen some of you hoop around here. There is an unwritten rule when it comes to basketball. Usually in pickup games, you want to make sure, and guys, you can correct me on this, but there is an unwritten rule that you want to make sure that your team is balanced, right? The team captains kind of have to play out, big guy and then the other big guy, and then the small guy that can shoot. Well, you need to have a small guy that can shoot and guard him, and you need to have a balanced team, or else one team ends up really suffering badly, right? That's kind of the unwritten rule. Well, there was one game, and I want to tell you a basketball miracle that I experienced. So I was playing a pickup team, and for some odd reason, I had all the people on my side that were not good in basketball. They may have been good in other things, but they weren't the best at basketball, and the other team was stacked. They were the best players. And I remember the captain looking at me like, "Bro, you want to switch up?" I said, "Nah, let's stay with it." Well, if you can predict what happened in the future, just a few minutes after that, it was 10-1. They were winning, and we had 1 point. So we were kind of discouraged, I could see the look of their faces, my teammates' faces, and I could see the other team. They were kind of like getting bored as well. So I decided to do something that was a little bit insane. I have no idea why I did this, but I decided to encourage my teammates. I decided to celebrate every little success. I said, what else do I got to lose? So I remember one of our teammates came, he went for a shot, air ball. And I went up to him and I said, "Bro, great shot. Great form, bro. You keep shooting. You keep shooting, bro. Keep on shooting. And I kept on doing this throughout the game. I said, bro, you had great handles. Even though that guy came and stole the ball, great handles, man. You keep on dribbling the ball. I celebrated every single success, and I made sure to encourage my teammates. Friends, I'm not exaggerating when I say this. The other team, they did not score at all. And we were able to catch up all the way up to them. It was 10-10. They had scored one more point, then we scored another point, and then we made the winning shot. The power of encouragement. The power to celebrate success. I even heard that there was an experiment, some of you have heard, the power of encouragement to a plant. There were two plants, one that was bullied and one that was encouraged. And after weeks go by, that plant that was bullied just died, while the other one was thriving with encouragement. The power of encouragement. So I want to spend just a little bit here to encourage three groups of people here in this room. So hear me out. Group number one. This is the group that will be receiving an award tonight, whatever that might be. I want to encourage you with this. I want you to not take it lightly. Remember this moment. God is choosing to honor you through your school. But I want to tell you that there will be tough times ahead. And when there are tough times, I hope you can remember this verse from David. Praise the Lord, O my soul. All that is within me, praise his holy name. Do not forget all his benefits. And then he starts listing all the things God has done. And when you receive an award tonight, don't forget that God has honored you through your school. You have done so well throughout your school year. Remember that, because as you go into the future, you will face discouragement. Remember this moment. Group number two. These are the people who have worked very hard throughout the school year, but they're not receiving an award today. This is my source of encouragement from you. This is the verse that I have for you guys. Galatians 6:9, let us not become weary in doing good, because at the proper time we will reap a harvest if we do not give up. What does that mean? Some of you might be frustrated because you have worked so hard, and I don't know some of the circumstances that were in your life that have caused you not to have an award today, but you've worked very hard. This Bible verse says, hey, keep doing good. God sees you and your efforts, and he will honor you someday. But keep doing good. That's group number two. God sees you. Group number three. These are the people who really don't care of being here tonight. These are the people that may have lost hope on their education. They're like, I don't care. I don't know why we're doing this. I've kind of lost hope in my academics. And you've maybe have lost hope in yourself. This is group number three. I want to talk to you. I want you to remember Peter. I want you to think about Peter. Remember, there's about 13 times that Peter has failed in the Bible. Remember, he cuts off one of the guy's ears. Remember that? Remember how he was standing on water and he fell down? Remember how he betrayed Jesus 3 times? I mean, if there was any apostle and he had spent time with Jesus and he had failed and failed and failed. And what happens after the resurrection? He gives up hope. He says, you know what? I don't care about this. I don't care about this. I don't deserve this. I'm unworthy. And he ends up fishing again, getting his own profession, getting his old profession again. And Jesus takes him to the shore. And he says, Peter, do you love me? Then feed my sheep. What Jesus is saying to Peter is, even though you may not believe in yourself, I believe in you. And so some of you in here may not believe in yourself, but I want to remind you, Jesus believes in you. So group number one, remember this moment. Choose to look at this as God honoring you, and as you go forward into the future and trials are up ahead, remember that God has honored you at this moment. This is an awesome event for you. Group number two, if you've worked really hard but you don't get an award, remember that God sees you and you will be honored someday. Keep doing good work. And group number three, if you've lost belief in yourself, know that God still believes in you and there's still hope. You can get back up and keep going. All right, so that's my encouragement for you today. Could you pray with me as we begin our awards ceremony tonight? Father in heaven, we thank you for your word. It is a lamp to our feet. We know that darkness can really come to our path, but it is because of your word that we can find the source of encouragement. I pray, Lord, for all the groups that were mentioned here today, that they will receive encouragement, whether they're in group number 1, group number 2, or group number 3, Lord. I pray that they will find that you are a merciful and loving God that loves to celebrate success. Maybe not now, but in the future, O Lord. We thank you for this moment that we get to encourage one another until you come again. And in your name we pray. Amen.
He's a little taller than I am. I'm really excited about this first award tonight. It's being given by Haley Bennett, who's here as our guest tonight from the Chamber of Commerce. Every year for the last 5 years, they have done mock interviews here with 10 of our seniors. And those seniors worked really hard to get a resume together and worked on the way they dressed and the way they talked and how they presented themselves, and actually had an interview with people from the Chamber of Commerce. So we had 10 students that did that this year, and they all did a great job. But she's going to tell you who won that award tonight.
My name is Haley Bennett. I'm the manager here of the Truist Bank here in Calhoun. I am an ambassador for the Chamber of Commerce and also on Young Professionals. It was such a blessing to be part of these interviews, especially here at this school. The level of talent and the caliber of students that you have in this school is just incredible. Give yourselves a hand, everyone. Thank you. Absolutely. It was so amazing to be part of these interviews, and it was incredibly hard and incredibly close when it came to who won the scholarship. Actually within 0.5 points, if that tells you how close it was. So thank you everyone that represented in those interviews, because it was an honor to be a part of. For this student, one of the things that really made this student stand out was the fact that they were work ready now. The level of preparation for their education was just absolutely outstanding. So I want to say congratulations. You have been selected to receive the 2023 Gordon County Chamber of Commerce Student Interview Scholarship. The amount of the scholarship is $1,000 and is provided through the generosity of our chamber members. So everyone, let's congratulate. Here we go. Hunter Helbley. Congratulations, sir. Very proud of you.
All right. I have the privilege of introducing a teacher that we actually got hired here at GCA in the same year. And I got to work alongside her for many years, and I can attest that she is an incredible teacher. And now she gets the privilege of working with Southern to train new teachers, young teachers. So I'd like to invite up Melanie DiBiase from the Teacher Club.
Oh, wow. This is surreal, because y'all don't know this about me, but I was actually a student like you at GCA. And then I was a teacher at GCA. And now I'm trying to recruit teachers from GCA to Southern. So I'm very excited about this. I'm just going to give you a little history. So this year, Southern Adventist University and GCA embarked on a little adventure. And that adventure was called the Aspiring Teacher Club. And this is a club where juniors and seniors could get some early teaching experience and some coaching before you even get to college. What a deal. I want to thank Mr. Garapi for allowing Southern to partner with you to start our first club of 2 here on this campus. And I want to thank Mr. Herr for being such a wonderful first club sponsor. So let's give them both a hand. So we're still learning about these clubs, but we wouldn't get the opportunity to learn if you all hadn't partnered with us. So thank you very much. I want to thank Mrs. Hembley and Mrs. Herr at Coble for letting GCA club members work with your students. So let's give them a round of applause. And so, by show of hands, how many were in the Aspiring Teacher Club at GCA this year? Please raise your hand if you were a member. There's a few of you out there. Okay. So I want to thank 2 special members of our very first ATC at GCA, and that's Leah Cunningham and Lanakai Warren. Would you come up, please? Okay, so now this is the fun part for me. So first of all, I want to award each one of you a commemorative pin for the time you spent as a club member. Thank you. Awesome. And I have something else. I also want to award each of you a scholarship to attend the teacher education program at Southern, and the amount is $7,000. Okay, so we take teaching seriously at Southern. Just keep that in mind. And thank you very much. Thank you all for supporting.
First, want to thank you guys for a good year. I hope, along with learning something in the classroom, that you learned something about the importance of your work ethic, communication, all those good things. I'm going to be giving the 2 worker awards this year. I had 5 good nominations, but I had to pick 2. The certificate comes with $50 cash. The nominations came from your supervisors, not from me. I just got to choose. I will be reading what the supervisor said. So when you hear your name, come up. All right, this one, she has worked when many would not. She rarely misses and works very hard to get a substitute if she does. She accomplishes a huge amount of work every day. In the 2 years she has worked for me, I have never heard her complain. Kelsey Onda. In there. Good job, Kelsey. All right, the second one. His passion for work matches the fiery color of his hair. Remember, these are not my words. His work ethic shames Elon Musk and Jeff Bezos. He is very dedicated to his job, so much so in 4 years he has worked nowhere else. As a senior, he is an example of how to try your best on your last days as you should on your first days as a freshman. Hunter Helbley.
All right. The GCA mission statement is, in part, and the short version is to know, to love, and to serve. That's right. We hope that part of your education is learning to reach out into the community and to serve, to reach out into the world, to make the world a better place, to do unto others as you would have them do unto you. And so this is the Community Service Award. It's given to a junior or senior who not only turns in all of their hours, but exhibits the heart of community service. So this is a student who not only turned in their hours, but serves others in and around campus, in the dorm if they're a dorm student, which in this case they are. And so this award goes to none other than Hannah Walker.
I think the hardest part about awards for most of us is trying to choose. There are many talented students at this school. I went to a boarding school, and we had a lot, but nothing like GCA. I have been blessed this year to be a part of Reflect Him, along with Mrs. Harris. It is an enormously amazing group, and it was extremely difficult to make a selection here because we have had two fantastic co-leaders. However, ultimately, we felt that the award should go to a senior, and so I know that the other leader will continue to do a wonderful job with Reflect Him, and we will see her up again here next year. Right now, we would like to honor, very pleased to honor Jessica Harris.
All right, this weekend coming up. Anyone know what this weekend is? I didn't hear any of that, so I'll just tell you. This weekend is choir home show, band home show, Sinfonietta home show, Magnify home show, lots of fine arts. Shh. Lots of fine arts going on this weekend, and in those comes the national awards that we give out. So I know that choral award will be given this weekend by Mrs. Nesmith, as well as the Heart of Worship Award for Magnify, the John Philip Sousa Award, which is the Concert Band National Award, and the National Orchestra Award. So if you would like to come out and see who wins those and just have a fun, wonderful time this weekend, come to church, Camerata concert in the afternoon, and then the spring concert, which the doors open at 7:30, and we'll start at 7:45 with Eventide. As a side note, we are running our costume contests, and the theme is international, so you can dress up from wherever you're from and whatever you have, and come out and have a good time. We'll see you this weekend. Thank you.
I have the privilege of giving the award for Freshman Experience. The Freshman Experience Award goes to a student who has proven time and time again how much they enjoy learning. This student is attentive in class, stays engaged, and puts forth great effort in every single assignment. The student is also willing to help others when needed. One of my rules in class is to come to class prepared, and this student has exemplified that. The award goes to Enoch Lyles.
All right, so this is hard, okay? I've had the honor of teaching a lot of really intelligent and talented students this year, which just made this whole thing so much harder. What made it so difficult was that so many of you came to mind when they asked me, and I had to somehow filter through all of these students who would be getting this award. And so I came up with a few criteria to kind of like get down to just a handful of students and then use that as a base to figure out who it would be. And so these, just so you kind of know this process, first off, I just said I gotta just aim, this is an academic achievement award, I gotta go up there. If they have an A or higher, right, is the first criteria. And then someone who has an inquisitive and curious mind, who speaks up and asks questions in class, wants to learn more. They're not just there for a grade, they're there because they want to learn. And then the last thing was, history is our collective story, right? And I think it's important that whoever gets an award of excellence in history is someone who sees them not as a lone island, but as part of a group. And so they work together with others and help everyone succeed. With all this in mind, I was left with just a handful of names, and it came down to just a couple percentage points in grade. That was the final determining factor. So this was not an easy decision, but I think is well deserved. So without further stalling, I'd like to present the award of academic achievement in world history to Mariah Logan.
All right, for our U.S. History Award, I can also say a lot of what Mr. Salter said. It's been a great class. You guys have come in. You have learned a lot. I definitely have students who are excelling. I tend to look at your actual grades, the specifics of that, but it is more than that as well, because these are people that ask good questions, who are involved, who maintain, again, top grades. Tough choices, but this year's award goes to Diego Toman.
All right. So for government and economics, very fun classes, and reiterating what Mr. Bogus just said, often our best moments in class are when students just ask brilliant questions. So the kids that actually engage. I know, your elementary teachers lied to you when they said there's no such thing as a dumb question. But in the meantime, but the kids that ask great questions, they're just engaged in all of these things. A particular student comes to mind when they said for the award on this. I'm like, I know a guy. Doesn't just ask good questions. He answers the questions before they're asked. Don't spoil it. While I'm telling my 75 stories and I'm trying to weave it into something that actually makes sense, there's one kid that's actually predicting what I'm going to say before I say it, and right when I need that statistic, he already has Googled it and pulled it up, and he's dead on every single time, and that class has been better because of Hunter Helbley.
All right. Dial that back a notch.
Biology. Again, difficult choices. I weighed heavily on consistency throughout the entire year, both semesters. There has been one student that has consistently been right there at the top all the way through and has, how to say this as pleasantly as possible, has avoided all of the drama that might be going on just 8 feet away This year's Biology Academic Award goes to Drayson Self. I was gonna say this guy never misses because his family knows how to avoid being sick, but he's not here either. All right, anatomy and physiology. Again, it comes down to consistency all the way through, and as well as being involved in conversations and discussions. But this year's excellent anatomy and physiology. You know, I told these kids, see, you thought it was coming right then. I told these kids at the beginning of the year that I wanted their anatomy and physiology class to be the closest thing on campus they take to a college class. And then a bunch of them took speech and stats and actually got college credit. So I guess that got thrown out the window. But this year's academic excellence for anatomy and physiology goes to Jessica Harris.
A lot of students and a lot of grades, which is really cool. And the people that are getting these awards are top in their class, but they are not the only ones. There were a lot of other people who were within a very small number of points, and often a fractional number of points. And then there's a lot of other people that I want to recognize as well. People who might not have, risen to the top with their grade, with the average, but people who I know worked hard. Some of them started from pretty low grade and have worked their way back up to a higher grade. And I just want to recognize those people too, because I know that you have worked hard and deserve an award. But unfortunately, tonight is for something different. So, physical science. This award goes to someone who I think probably has the highest average that I've ever had in physical science. This person is attentive and helpful and never fails to say, "Thank you, Dr. Briggs," at the end of every class. So, and that makes me feel good. This is Emily Walker. All right. Chemistry award was a difficult one to choose as well, because the scores were so close together, but this person also has shown interest and dedication and general good humor, and that is Anani Cross. And she looks very surprised. And my last one is for physics. I have to tell you, I had an awesome physics class this year. I hope next year's will be just as wonderful. This person consistently, I would hand out a worksheet that was meant to be done, partly in class and taken home. This person would be finished within 10 minutes. And I'd say, do you want another? Well, he always said no, but anyway, it is Harry Yu.
Hi. Well, I am presenting the Spanish awards first. Both the students that are receiving the Spanish award both share the same characteristics. They come in ready to work. I've never heard either one of them complain. They stay engaged. They help those around them. They ask questions, and so they are a pleasure in the classroom. I echo what some of the other teachers have said. It is so hard to narrow it down, but it has to be done. And so for the recipient of the Spanish 1 award this year is Mason Poe. He must not be here. Well, that's all right. We'll get it to him. And the recipient of the Spanish 2 award is Lisa Faith Brazil. And I'm also going to present the Freshman English Award. This student comes in excited every day, which is so refreshing. And she asks questions, she takes notes, she is on the ball. And she has been a pleasure to work with this year. And so the award for Freshman English goes to Olivia Morris, who is not here, who must not be here either.
All right, so in my first year here at GCA, had the honor of teaching the largest class, which is the sophomore class. And we've had a lot of fun this year. They have hopefully learned a lot. We do a lot of different activities in class. But the student that I wanted to recognize tonight may not be the loudest person in class. They may not be always the most talkative in class. But when they speak, either through their writing or when they ask a question or make a comment in class, it is always insightful. So you may not always hear them out loud, but they are a deep thinker, and their average is near perfect. So tonight, the sophomore English honor goes to Amarachi. All right, one of the other tasks that I took on this year was yearbook, which, I'll wait. Thank you. One of the other tasks I took on was yearbook, which is a class that takes people that are independent thinkers, can be independent workers. It's almost like a work study, right? Because we go through the vision, we go through different things, but then they have to work and they are in different places all the time. I assign them to different spaces, different pages. But there's one thing that I am able to do that I love, and that is I can go into the software and I can look at the times that people are working because they have access to it. And I will go on the software, the Herff Jones software, and I will see where this student is working way over hours. I will see where this student is working when everyone else is on home leave. They have just gone above and way beyond, and I cannot wait for you to see the finished product in just a few weeks. So the yearbook honor goes this year to our editor, Christina Sargent.
Good evening. Like all the other teachers have said, it is difficult to choose because there are so many good options to choose from. When I'm looking for the person to receive the award for English in the juniors or the seniors, I'm looking for not only the top grades, because there's several that are at the top, pretty close to each other, but I'm also looking at the quality of work that the person produces, the quality specifically in my classes of the analysis that they do. And so this year for the Junior English Award, I would like to recognize Olivia Jeweler. And then for the seniors, again, lots of great options. And this senior class, I've been with you for a while. We've been through some stuff, so I am going to miss you. Yes, all of you. But for the senior that I'm going to recognize tonight not only has a great grade in the class, but also shows a very high quality in their level of analysis. So the papers that I get from them are consistently very thoughtful, very insightful, and very well done, high quality. So I'd like to recognize tonight for the Senior English Award, Eliana Barzola.
All right. Moving on to math. I love teaching freshmen. They're hilarious kids. The growth is incredible. It's a great group. And yes, every math teacher always wants to have the strongest kids in their room and all of these things. The most wonderful thing actually for a math teacher is to have those strongest kids that are constantly helping all of the other students, because you effectively end up with two teachers in the room, and it is a blessing to have Grace Chung in anyone's class. Is she here? Well, we'll go. Just kidding.
So, that was freshmen. And Mr. Herr and I were talking about the juniors, and this year we were realizing, man, we have a lot of juniors in pre-calc. So I'm kind of just doing all of the rest. Sorry, juniors that are in Algebra 2. You're kind of out of the running here. So our sophomore math award, there are a few sophomores here that go above and beyond. Some of you guys are maybe in Algebra 2. There are a few in my pre-calculus class. There's one in particular that is absolutely killing my geometry class and also killing my pre-calculus class. Please give a round of applause for Aurora Bird. Okay, so now the juniors that I was just mentioning. So I have a lot of juniors in my pre-calculus class. I feel like it's almost an even split, which has been really fun to have them this year. There are a few of those juniors, once again, that have decided, oh, pre-calc isn't enough, just like Aurora decided geometry wasn't enough, I also need to take pre-calc. So they decided pre-calc isn't enough, I also need to take Southern statistics simultaneously with pre-calculus. One of them is doing this while managing a lot of other things going on at this school, and she impresses me daily doing all this. Would you guys give a round of applause for Kat Luttrell? So the senior category is interesting because we, Jonathan Bates, no. No, okay, so the senior category is interesting because we have a lot of seniors that have done really well at GCA, so well that they have gone on to do more things. So we wanted to honor two different seniors. One set of seniors that is doing really well in our classes here at GCA. So this first senior is going to be that. So this person is crushing it in pre-calculus. I chatted with Mr. Herr, and it turns out he's been crushing it for a long time now. I unfortunately hadn't had him until this year, but it's been an awesome time having him in class. Every time he's not working diligently on assignments and trying to figure things out, he's always asking me deeper questions. He wants the harder stuff to be happening. And there's a group in his little area that anytime they're not working on math, they're immediately doing other problem-solving types of things to stay engaged. It's really awesome. Would you guys give a round of applause to Ryan Kelch? And now, the kind of above and beyond math award. We wanted to recognize a senior that isn't necessarily in our math classes this year because it's not something we offer. So this senior specifically has taken Calculus 1 and Calculus 2, just recently finished up their Calc 2 sequence with an A. And I'm very proud of this person because they're also my worker. Would you guys welcome Jesse Thompson up to the stage?
I'm here tonight to celebrate a group on campus that you're probably familiar with, and that is the GCA Scholars. In order to be in that group, you have to have a 3.7 or higher on your cumulative GPA or have at least a 32 on your ACTs. So it's not an easy group to get into. We're really proud of these students, and we've had a great time this year. As you hear your name read, if you would just come up and make a semicircle up here, we'll pass one of these certificates to you, and let's hold the applause until we're completely done reading, because I have about 40 names. Okay, Anani Cross, Rylan Yamamoto, Daniel Turner, Luke Villarruel, Diego Toman, Van Scott, Emma Schmidt, Christina Sargent, did I get one or two there? Okay. Abigail Perez, Marley Mitchell, Matthew Miller,
Just line up.
Andrew Mercado, TJ McFarland, Katerina Luttrell, Katia Lopez, Amiel Lewis, Malia Edwards, Cody Anderson, Harry Yu, Matthew Woodcock, Alana Waters, Hannah Walker, Jesse Thompson, Emily Self, Hannah Muse, Rory Mills, Evan Lamnick, Ryan Kelch, Hunter Helbley, Jessica Harris, Dion Herrick, Valerie Grajales, Aiden Garapi, Demara Flores, Natasha Drea, Jake Chalker, Azaria Carey, Jack Bogus, Ileana Barzola. Let's give them a big round of applause.
All right. We've just recognized our GCA Scholars, that organization. We also have a Scholars Award that goes to students who have gotten nominated in multiple categories, multiple classes. Okay? So we've given out awards tonight, but there are students that have been again, receive the nomination in multiple. We kind of pull them aside and give them a special GCA Scholars Award. So these students have all received a nomination in at least 2 categories today. So let's hear it for Samantha Garapi in biology and freshman math. All right, and then we have Ava Yamamoto in English and biology. All right, and then we have Matthew Woodcock for AP English and Spanish 2. Okay. And then for Spanish 2 and A&P, Rory Mills. And we have one more scholar that, quite impressive actually. This student actually received nomination in 4 different categories. So for chemistry, English 3, U.S. history, and Spanish 1, Malia Edwards. All right, and we are at an interesting intersection here between our scholarship and our sports, and it is actually a perfect place to transition into the Zach Negron Scholarship. Zach was here as a student, was strong in academics, strong in sports, unfortunately was in a terrible accident. We would like to invite up his family right now. They will talk a little bit about the award that we give out for the Zach Negron Award, and we definitely want to remember him and his legacy here at GCA.
Zach was a graduate of GCA in 2020, and unfortunately also in 2020 he lost his life in a car accident. As a result, we decided that we, my family, Jennifer and I, and Zachary's sister, Marissa, decided that we wanted to honor his time at GCA because GCA was so formative in making him who he was. Zach was known primarily for his work ethic. He was a captain of the soccer team, but he didn't score a goal his last year on the team. What he was known for was how hard he worked. And that personality trait was something that was true in everything he did. He wasn't always the best student in a class. He wasn't recognized as being the best student, but he did receive good grades, and one of the reasons why was that he worked so hard. When Zach arrived on this campus, I was one time watching him playing a game of soccer, and as a father, seeing his son appearing to slack, I said, "Zach, what are you doing?" He came to the sidelines and he said, "I can't breathe." And the reason was that he had asthma. This was in his sophomore year. He did not arrive as a freshman. He decided between his sophomore and junior year that he was going to beat asthma. And so he started on a running regimen. And by the time he arrived on this campus as a junior, he was running every morning 10 miles a day. And he continued to do that every day while he was a student on this campus. It was that sort of personality trait that we want to recognize in 4 students tonight. What the Zachary M. Negron Scholarship is all about is recognizing students on this campus who work hard for what they earn. Okay? They are known as workers on this campus that supervisors do not ever have to supervise. They are known as students who may not be the top students on the campus, but they're getting good grades because they work so hard at their grades. And they're known as individuals who get recognized with the sports awards that are coming up here in just a little bit. because they work hard at being good at what they do. The award basically states, this financial award is proudly presented to, for exhibiting the traits in academics, work, and play that Zach modeled during his years at GCA and are expressed in his words, I remember when this was hard. The award goes to 2 juniors, 1 male and 1 female, and 2 sophomores, 1 male and 1 female, and will award you $1,000 towards your tuition next year. At this time, my wife will announce the 2 junior awards, and then we'll ask that you wait up here for your fellow sophomores to come up here for a picture with the 6 of us.
Okay. The junior girl is Christina Sargent. And the junior boy is Caleb Cunningham. And the sophomore girl is Kelsey Ondrup. And the sophomore boy is Atreyu.
Thank you.
Hey, everyone. All right, before we get started with sports, I just wanted to give a little shout out to our coaches. I wanted to thank them publicly for all the time that they spend with you guys, all the time that they sacrifice away from family and other things they might be interested in doing. They are interested in you, they care about you, and so I hope you guys appreciate that. And let's give them a round of applause when they come out. We are gonna go ahead and start with JV volleyball.
All right, when considering people for this award, there were a few that stood out. A lot of really awesome players on the team this last year. We had a great time, and I appreciate all of you guys very, very much. But one specifically stood out above the others. She was an amazing passer. She was our setter. She could spike. She moved all around the court, constantly in motion, while I was trying to get everybody else to do the same. Would you guys please give a round of applause for Kaya Montes?
Coach Fowler, varsity volleyball.
Good afternoon. This award is for Sophia Lin. She did something that not many players can do, would be a 6 rotation player. She also was able to play almost every position of a very specific skill. The only one that she didn't do was middle, but I know if I would have asked her, she would have done it. She was also a tremendous leader, and I appreciate her because she did the fun things, and that's so much fun things that a captain has to do, but above and beyond, I trusted her. Thank you. GCA had to leave the tournament early this year at Union, so the all-around award was presented, but she wasn't there, was for, I call it Ellie, but Elizabeth Scott. Thank you, Ellie. And I don't have an award, but I really wanted to say thank you, Marley, for your leadership.
Coach Matt, JV basketball.
This award goes to someone who is very talented and exciting to watch. It doesn't matter where he is on the court, he is always making plays. He is extremely versatile and excels at every position. He led the team with 136 points, and that's not including the points he scored with varsity. Thank you for being an integral part of the team. Please give a round of applause for Tage Robinson.
All right, I get to present the award for Lady Jags, basketball MVP. This award goes to a young lady who's been on the team for 4 years. She was the captain. Her strengths were outside shot, her incredible free throw percentage, and her willingness to sacrifice her body, which was a concern for her coach. I'm happy that I got to coach her at least for 1 year, be her official coach. And you're not supposed to have favorites. What? You're not supposed to have favorites. All right, give it up for Sophia Lynn. Coach Jenkins is here to present the award for varsity boys.
The GCA varsity boys had a very, very good season. We practiced real hard together. We played real hard. We won a lot of games. And we responded with a Christ-like attitude after losing a few hard losses. Our varsity boys basketball MVP this year will go to Jake Chalker. Come on up. As captain of the team, Jake communicated very well both with the coaches and he communicated well with the players. With Jake's help, we beat CA twice. We won on our home court, but when we went up there, we found ourselves down with 4 seconds to go. We devised a play. Kurth was to bring the ball in. He threw it all the way to half court to Beckett. Beckett heard Jake hollering and threw the ball in his direction, and it was a great pass. And Jake was able to get down and get up a shot, all this within 4 seconds, to win the game. And we have a short video right here. Here you go.
All right, maybe we'll get to see it in a little bit. Lady Jags soccer.
Good evening. It is so good to be here tonight. Congratulations to all the award recipients we've had. I know you guys have worked so hard, so congratulations. I am Coach Villarreal, and this is my husband, Coach Fred, as a lot of the students know him by here, yes. And we've had the privilege of coaching the girls' soccer team this year. And it has been just a beautiful journey to watch the girls grow in skill and understanding of the game. And they've all done amazing, and there's still a lot of learning to be done, and I see a very bright future for the Lady Jags soccer team. So we're proud of all of our players. So congratulations, ladies, for coming this far. I feel like we had a great season. And today we get to award 4 of our amazing players. It was a hard decision, but we looked at their dedication to the game, their character, their skills, their attitudes. And so I'm going to get started with the Offensive Player of the Year. And this athlete has one of the biggest hearts that I have seen. She is extremely thoughtful of others and is unselfish. These character traits also reflect on the field, as she has the ability to share the ball and make great passes. She has the gift of reading the game and knowing where to put the ball next, giving her teammates many chances to move forward to score. This bright young lady is a senior. She has plans to go to Southern and study occupational therapy, and I know that she's going to excel in everything that she does. Please give a hand to our midfielder, Valerie Grajales. Next, I have the Defensive Player of the Year, and this award is going to a bright young lady with a passionate heart and that has a well understanding of the game. She works very hard to improve her skills as center back and has great timing skills. She is a fearless defender, and she's one of the reasons why we have such an amazing defensive line. She will continue to play soccer at the college level at Bethany College, and I want to congratulate her for the scholarship that she has received. Please give a big hand to Hannah Manley.
I have the distinct privilege to present the MVP award for ladies soccer. Coach and I went back and forth a number of times because there's so many of you Lady Jags that were in the discussion for this. And we're just fortunate to have that ability to have that many people that can be talked in that discussion. But ultimately, when we talk about the most valuable player, it really comes down to me, a theory of exclusion. If you were to have one person out of that team that would make the most difference, who would that be? And for us, that person has shown themselves to, like in the same football, has played every down, has absolutely given everything, and left everything on the field to make us better. And there's absolutely no question that that person to us is our MVP for the year of 2022-2023, Emily White. The next award we have is the Zach Negrona Award, which is effectively the award for Most Improved Player. This award is going to go to someone who has exceeded our expectations beyond what we would have thought. As many of you Lady Jags know, that the way we play, we put a lot of pressure on a particular position. And it was important for the person in that position to really adopt and buy into the system that we're putting into place. And this person does something that every time I see her get the ball, it just makes me so happy because she wins the ball, she looks, she makes a pass, and that's really all I can ever ask for from anybody. And so the award goes to the very deserving Eliana Barzola.
I want to see a video of Jake. Take that. All right. We are now going to have the gentlemen Jags soccer come out.
I want to thank GCA for having this award ceremony. I would have never won an award here. We never had this. So thank you, faculty and administration. This is something that's good. Because like I said, like my kids know, I'm a hard person when it comes to grades. I wasn't. I was not a bright person at GCA. I had a lot of other things. I wanted to play basketball and soccer, gymnastics. Grades wasn't it, so kudos to all of you for doing well in class, for all the winners. Fortunately, I get to do something that I like to do. I get to coach soccer. And I get to give awards away. But before we start to give the awards away, I have a request of all of you. It's been almost 8 years since the guys have played Collegedale Academy. We are playing them May 11th. Here at GCA, I want you to black out the school. wear black. Okay? Wear black. And my goal is 400 people at the game. Okay? 400 people. Black it out, tell your friends. Okay? So, Defensive Player of the Year. This person has been on my team for 4 years, and I was fortunate to have several of his family members play for me. Like the other family members, he challenged me every second he was on the team. He was never boring and always made sure we all knew he was there. I asked him if he'd be willing to play another position due to need, and of course, he wanted to know how many minutes he would play. Let me tell you, he has played the most minutes this year. I don't remember the last time I subbed him off. Zabdi De La Cruz. Offensive Player of the Year. I was fortunate to see him grow up in soccer. From a little kid, while his brother was a captain for me, I had the privilege of watching him kick corner kicks at our halftimes and score an Olympic goal against Coble. It wasn't to this last year that we got to saw his dominance. He grew up into his size, and he used skill to maneuver and dictate his will on the field. Gami.
Next up, we have the Zach Negrona Award. This award touches our hearts as coaches. Several years ago, we lost Zach unexpectedly. After that, we decided to change the award that we had to his name to honor him. Zach stood for determination and passion. Zach also believed and lived the family mantra that soccer stands for. Zach, more importantly, and above all, loved God. This award goes to someone that is self-sacrificed, self-dedicated, a passion for the game, leader on the field and off the field. Amia Lewis.
Unfortunately, this year, we have a part of our sports staff that has decided to change his viewpoint on what he does here at GCA. And I want to recognize him. He's been such a good resource for me and help for us. So, Coach Peterson? I'd like to give you this sign ball from us to thank you for everything you've done for us. All right, for Player of the Year for me. This person has grown from the first year he was on the team. He has improved his game and has been a blessing to watch him grow in his leadership. The guys respect him and listen to him on and off the field. I saw this best during our rival game after most of my team showed up with only 12 hours back from mission trip. He was able to help motivate and get us through to a 3-0 win on that, which I did not think we were winning that game, guys. You definitely overdid it for that. Good job for you. On top of that, when it comes to family, I've had a lot of people. I actually had his brother, and he was a captain for me Our player of the year is Luke.
Acro Flyers.
All right. Our MVP is something that is actually voted on by the team. So these winners are someone that has earned the respect of their team and earned the most votes from their team. Our winner this year is someone that has the technique to handle multiple positions, that has more strength than you would expect, incredible versatility, and an incredible work ethic. The Acro Flyers MVP is Abigail Cunningham. All right, and we have a few other sports awards that are coming here, but we do want to take a moment to recognize Mr. Peterson, our athletic director. Would you come out, Coach Peterson? Okay. And Zabi Jr., or is that not Junior? I'm used to calling them together, Zabi and Sophia.
Okay. Oh, wait, here. I have a couple words for you. Okay. So, on behalf of not only me and Zapti, but everyone else, staff, students, parents, we would like to thank you for all your hard works and efforts. It most definitely isn't easy being an athletic director, and personally, you being my basketball coach, I know that wasn't easy either, but all your hard work is greatly appreciated, and this year's sports would not have been possible without you.
Thank you. I'm going to set this down. All right, let's commit to this. All right, it's my honor to present the next 3 awards. These awards came with some debate and discussion amongst coaches to come up with our final decision. So here we go. We will start with Female Athlete of the Year. This young lady is a 3-sport athlete. Actually, she has been a 3-sport athlete for every one of her 4 years at GCA. She has already received 2 MVP awards tonight. It's not easy dedicating yourself to all those multiple programs that she has done. Her dedication and talent are evident in the amount of playing time and trust that her coaches give her, and her competitive spirit cannot be beat. This is why her coaches love her. I am happy to present this award to Sophia Lynn. All right. Thank you, sir. Male Athlete of the Year. Let me do it. All right. What an addition this young man has been to our school. Basketball, soccer, acro, don't forget intramurals. He's not just athletic enough to be on these teams, he also makes a difference. He has a lot of value from the coaches. He is an excellent athlete. It has been exciting to watch him. I'm a big fan, and I'm sad that it was just 1 year, but we will take it. Adriel Maldonado. All right. Thank you, sir. Thank you very much. All right, last but not least, we have the Wally Fox Sportsmanship Award. I know most of you did not get a chance to know Coach Fox, but for those of us that did, we knew he was a friend to all. During Coach Fox's 43 years of service at GCA, he stressed good sportsmanship, and he also modeled it. I know this isn't easy for some of you in sports and stuff. You kind of get a lot of emotions and stuff. That's okay. We're all learning here. And we actually have some students who are very good at keeping it under control and being good examples. And we want to honor Coach Fox, and we want to honor how he carried himself and what he expected from the students. And also, we wanted to honor the example of Jesus. So, each year we want to give an award to one student, and the student receiving this award still has moments of frustration, don't we all? But the difference was in the coaches and what we saw from this player is they quickly remembered who they were, where they were, who was watching, what's important, what they've been called to do, and that is why we have selected this person. It's not just the teammates and the coaches that witness this good character, it's also people in the stands, people visiting our schools, us, okay? So we appreciate these individuals, and I would like to thank Matthew Woodcock. Some of you know there's a little plaque in the trophy case, so we'll get Matthew's name up there with all the other previous recipients. Thank you.
All right. Before we officially end here, I just want to identify a couple of things really quick. First of all, we have a lot of recognitions that are going to be coming our way at graduation. So seniors, of course, when we're looking at preparing you and kind of basically closing the chapter here at GCA, there are a lot of ways that we'll be honoring you and some of the juniors at graduation, so just kind of stay tuned for that. The other thing is, just as a kind of a shout out, it's always nice to recognize students who are already going above and beyond in different ways outside of school. I know that there are some students here who have even businesses that they are trying to maintain or work, try to make some money while they're a student in high school. And that's commendable. I never thought about that as even an option when I was in high school, so it's pretty impressive. We had a student a few years ago who went on to, right during the summer after high school, they got their electrician's license and was already contracting out work, for starting a business up, the summer after high school. So there's some very aspiring and ambitious students. And just as a way of a shout out, some of you guys know already, but is Waycross Poe here? I don't have an award here, but just want to say that just somebody who went out of his way to get his real estate license to already start a business and kind of start thinking about what he wanted to do next is really inspirational. So congratulations to Whitcross and keep it up. Before Pastor Andres has prayer, we had some students get recognized for the Negron Scholarship this evening, and 4 students were recognized last year for that award. And we'd like for you guys to just stay after, take a picture with the Negrones right after this is over, okay? So let's do that, and then Pastor Andres, thank you.
In the words of Apostle Paul, therefore, encourage one another, build each other up, just as you are doing. Let's pray together. Father in heaven, I know that you've seen this room. Your eye is everywhere. And in this room, we saw students encouraging teachers. We saw teachers encouraging students. We saw students encouraging other students, oh Lord. This was a room filled with encouraging words and building each other up. Kind of reminds me of what your body should look like every day to encourage one another. We thank you so much for this celebration and for the people who have put in so much hard work. Be with us as we go through this night. In your name we pray. Amen.
All right, you guys are dismissed. Thank you so much.